everybody, and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. My name is Will, I'm a D&D sex icon, and I'm back today with yet another episode of Warhammer, Beneath Dark Boughs, and oh boy, are these boughs getting...
Dark.
Oh boy, are we getting beneath these boughs. I was like, the word that came into my head was one that I really couldn't broadcast, so I got stuck in it for a moment. I was thinking of that word. Anyway, let's go around to cast and crew. Let's figure out who we are and who we're playing today. Let's start with our illustrious Dungeon Master, Jim Davis. Jim, how's it going, my friend?
It's going great. It's going great. I am excited to see what's in store for today, and yeah, I've been looking forward to this all week, and hopefully we're going to put on a good show for you guys.
Great stuff. We also have Jonathan Pruitt back with us tonight. Pruitt, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing okay, sir. It's only the beginning of Act 2, Will. You got to pace yourself, man. It's a long day. But yes, coming off of last game, which I'm still recovering from that, so it'll be good to get some catharsis out and actually be able to do something about your situation a little bit more. So I can't wait to have Alero help take care of some of these beastmen, see what that horn is, what that horn business is all about. I can't wait to get to it.
Absolutely. We also have with us Alice with us. How you doing, Alice?
Yeah, no, I'm doing absolutely great. I think we've all been talking about this all week, about how much we've been waiting for this episode because it was left on a bit of a cliffhanger last time. But yeah, just can't wait.
Great stuff. And last and most least, which actually chimes in with the word that I couldn't say, Gareth, how you doing?
Whoa, throwing shade there. Steady on, steady on.
You don't know what the word was.
It was attractive, I know. Anyway, yeah, I'm really good. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to stabbing and throwing rocks and just causing general chaos.
Great stuff. As for my own part, I'll be playing Matthias Hurst, the vampire hunter, come beastman slayer, as we aim to hunt out all heresy and let the bray herds cometh. But before we dive into today's game, I'll remind you guys that we're sponsored by Fantasy Grounds, our virtual tabletop of choice. And in fact, we have a map for you today, a battle map. Ooh, sexy transition to the map, the killing field upon which we are shortly about to die. All of the roles, the tokens, and the community pack that we're using are on Fantasy Grounds. You can try it out for free. They've got a bunch of great licenses over there. And there you go. Check it out. It's good fun. Thousands, hundreds at the very least, maybe not thousands.
A resplendent offering.
Shit, all right, we'll get to that in a second. Also, we're sponsored by Whaling Games. They spell incredible miniatures, Warhammer stuff. So if you want your own Beastman reenactment of the scene which is about to happen, go over to Whaling Games, get 20% off for your RRP prices there, and they do shipping all over the place as well. Also, you guys can interact with today's game, as Zero has just made clear. If you haven't yet followed the show, hit the follow button and join us. We hit 40 followers today. You guys are going to decide something which happens next in our campaign. Could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. You guys decide. Also, here is the tweet for you guys as well. At 20 retweets, we'll have another viewer decision. And of course, you can donate to affect the game as well by giving players nat 1s, nat 20s, wild magic surges. And speaking of which, Isriva has given a wild magic surge to Alero, Yidris, Nora, and Rat. So I appreciate being kept out of the firing line for now, Isriva. But I will hand over to illustrious Dungeon Master Jim Davis to talk us through what happened last week on the show and take us into this episode.
Excellent. So last week, the party questioned...
Charlie, you are a person who I definitely... I'm a mess. What is wrong with me today?
All right, I'm just ready for battle and ready for the summary so we can get to flailing and wailing on these.
My excuse. I blame Dan Dillon for keeping me up until 5 a.m. playing D&D last night. I'm sorry.
Yep.
It's all good.
Sorry, Jim.
That's all right. That's perfectly fine. So last week, the party questioned some hillbilly peasants and decided that their ultimate destination lay in Obelheim, which was originally where Hexenjager Krupp had sent them to meet up with a Varenan priestess named Attilia. She did. The party met her on the road from Boughs to Obelheim. And while on that road, it was there that Alero discovered a watcher in the woods, a strange, misshapen creature following the party's movements. And the witch hunters decided to poke that enemy in the eye and cut down several sacred trees, arrange them in the shape of Sigmar's holy hammer, and light it on fire just as night was falling in the partially abandoned village of Obelheim. As that bonfire blazed into the night, it revealed the eyes of a bray herd of beastmen watching the party from the edges of the forest, and they closed in as darkness fell, flaming arrows leading the charge, but the initial foray of the Ungor beastmen as they scale the walls and towers of Obelheim. That is where we are going to start. I'm going to have the party re-roll initiative because I feel it's appropriate for new session, new initiative, and we had left off the sounds of allies coming to help the battle from the south. The last thing that we had heard. Let's go ahead and take care of those wild magic surges, though.
Let's do that. So let's see what Charlie got. 1-6, nothing 2. Idris thinks that everyone who is around is jealous of your magical prowess.
Okay.
3054 for Alero.
Does this mean I'm convinced I have magical prowess?
Maybe like your sixth sense. Maybe like your sixth sense.
That's good. Alero, next door opened by Alero leads to a hidden oubliette. Hidden oubliette.
Okay.
Creepy. Let's see. Nora. 762. Nora. Nora, what is it with you? Nora disgorges a full-grown cactus. Last week a coffin, this week a cactus. It's just C words that she disgorges.
None of these are comfortable. Like...
No.
Put it in his face.
No. You really lob a cactus out. And Rat, you have a large and heavy padlock around your neck, you kinky bastard.
Bring out the gift.
All right.
If I remember right from last week, I'm also going to covet the next ring I see, or magical ring I see.
That's correct. That is correct. And Rat, if he drinks water between noon and dusk, will find it lethal to him. So there was that from last time as well. What we have is the winds of magic swirl around this. Alero notices as the beastmen archers run up, there are no torches, no fires out in the darkness. There's just a flare on the arrow as it arcs through the night sky, and then nothing. It's difficult to track where they are between shots. It's clear they're moving from the south gate to the east gate. There are a total of 3 beastmen at the south gate, and let me reveal their presence to you. One of them is in the tower, with Alero, Rat, and Nora in sort of a very uncomfortable and cramped brawl. And then there is a beastman in the tower with Matthias at the east gate, and 2 beastmen fighting Yidris on the ground at the east gate. So that is where everyone is as we start combat. And it looks like Rat is first.
Okay, so this guy is in the tower with us both.
Correct.
I'm just going to kind of do a little slashy slash with my dagger, I think. As he's close enough, okay. I can't really do much else.
Correct.
Do you say we get a bonus? Okay, let me put my
+1.
Yeah.
Also, Gaming Din has donated for the Imperator Jim Davis to decide on a boss monster. Helping could be a Minotaur, a Shaman, Great Unclean One, whatever you want. Oh wait, none of us boss monster helping to fight. Okay, this thing attacks us. Okay, something bad.
So a boss monster to attack the party as well.
Yeah,
I know
about-
just what it
that's-
is.
That's going to help. I got an 83 on my attack.
83, the number you're looking at is 68, so Rat misses with your attack. You have a half action remaining if you'd like to do something with that.
Can I put myself into like a... Can I parry with a dagger?
You know what? If you can use a half action to go into a parrying stance and attempt to parry with a dagger, it's going to be more difficult than if you had like a sword or a shield or something.
Yeah, that's fine.
But yes, the answer is yes with a penalty.
Cool.
Awesome.
I will do that.
Excellent. So that is Rat's turn. As the Alero is going to be next. As the party rages on, first off, the initial attack was utterly silent. Not a single bleat or bray from these runty beastmen that are scrambling over the walls. But from the tree line, something big and bellowing lets forth a call out in the woods, sort of a and you can see like birds flying out from the trees to the east. It's Alero's turn.
Alero, you have a wild magic surge from Catalyst Creations.
Of course I do. Thanks, Kevin.
Because it's tradition.
As is tradition. Yeah, so there's a guy right here. So Alero is going to slash out with her sword that she has already drawn.
Correct.
And try to take this fucker down. First attack. Boom. That's a 9. That's going to be a hit. 90, which I believe is the left or right leg.
Correct.
Oh my god. So there's 10.
Oh,
Let me roll another one. Oh,
yes. For anyone keeping track, we do not confirm Ulrich's Fury. Ulrich's Fury happens. We do not have to confirm it.
that was a 10 that rolled over to a 4. So that's
Oh, that
17
sucks.
damage on the first on the right leg. 17.
17. All right. That gives us 4. That's a level 4 crit with your sword on, what'd you say, the leg?
The right leg, yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll me another D100, please. It's about... Oh, yeah, go ahead and give me a...
Well, it doesn't matter. I'll just... I rolled a 3 for the D100.
All right. Here we go. Alero's weapon describes a clean arc through your opponent's... Wait, that's the chest. Your weapon carves deeply into your opponent's pelvis, severing the leg near the body and driving onto the opposite leg. Your opponent is dead from traumatic shock and massive blood loss before he hits the ground. So Alero drives the sword deep into the beastman's pelvis, severing one leg completely and partially severing the spine as it drops to the floor, twitching.
Okay. Having cleaned that guy out of the way, I guess I'll just use my other. Is it a half action to resheath a sword?
To like ready a weapon?
No, to put it away.
Yeah, sure.
I don't have quick draw. So, okay. Yes. In that case, Alero will just in one smooth move, like put her sword away and have her bow out and ready to go again for next round.
Okay.
I do not like the sound of that. Looking to the trees and wherever that noise came from.
Did we resolve your new wild magic surge? I forgot. It's gonna be Matthias' turn next.
There it is. 4, 6, 8, 1.
I'll get that wheel where you're having your turn.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the resub, Morbid. Alright, let's see. So I've got a Ungor in my face right now.
Yes, sir.
This I will not allow. I'm going to try and stab it with my my sword. If I had put the sword onto my thingy, which I didn't for some reason. Alright, just roll weapon skill. That is
wow.
001.
Boom.
To the head.
Yeah,
that's a headshot.
It's a D10. What's the damage on like a +1 on just a sword, right?
That's your strength bonus. D10 plus strength bonus.
Strength bonus is 3. Okay, so let's just do a modifier. That'd be easy. So it is 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. All right, so that was a headshot. You slash the shit out of his face. It comes with like a ragged cut right across the snout and cheek. It's severely wounded, but still in fighting shape.
Nice. Let's give it another go. On the second attack. 4. That's not going to do it. Nope. What a reason failing that time. Yeah. Slash at it with the face, and second swipe is a miss.
Okay.
Gareth, thank you for the wild magic there. Alero, the next person wounded by Alero must save or age by 1d6 years.
Nice.
The enemy of all beastmen.
Right, the enemy of all these beastmen.
Anybody interacting with her, it is very tiring to do so.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Let's see. So here we go. Some of my NPCs act. Otilia and Zalgeg are in sort of the middle near the bonfire where the Sigmarite bonfire is going on. They don't seem to do anything. Everyone in the south tower, so that's Nora, Rat, and Alero, can see coming up the south road a cloaked, maybe human, possibly elf, but sort of like the build of a human, and then 6 dwarves behind them. All of them have great big woodsman's axes shouldered on their shoulders, and they are coming up and are starting to attack some of the beastmen at the south. And so they will engage these that are kind of down here messing around with you guys. And let me see real quick. Ooh, nice. So the human draws a bow, and as he draws back, lets loose with an arrow, and it's a pretty good shot. Damn, that is an Orc's Fury on that arrow. 14 damage. This one, closest to the gate here, takes a nasty hit from that arrow, and then the rest of the dwarves behind him swarm and sort of overwhelm these 2 beastmen that are down here by the south gate. That is the end of my NPC's turn. It is going to be, I believe, Nora's turn. Yes, Nora.
Okay, Nora's literally just going to take her great axe and swing at them.
Okay. You'll have to jump down from the tower, but the south gate has been partially broken open. It's within your movement if you want to get down there.
Yeah, I think I'll get down there.
Okay.
28.
28's going to hit.
Mm-hmm. And I got an 11.
Get him.
Yeah. All right. So that's 11 damage. That's an 82 for their hit location. And that was on number 5. Yes, the one that was already wounded. 11 damage is going to make that a level 6 critical. I need you to go ahead and make me another D100 roll, please, for Nora. Tell me what you get. 86. And all right, here we go. As you hit him in your leg, your weapon chops into your opponent's thigh lengthwise, causing a great gaping wound and lodging in the thigh bone. You must spend a half action dislodging your weapon, and your opponent suffers a penalty, blah, 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 this other stuff, all the things they suffer a penalty for. So yes, you chop right into his thigh, and it's lodged, your great axe is lodged into this beastman's thigh bone. That was your move and attack. You have a free action if you want to shout anything.
I think she's pretty silent right now, just breathing heavily.
It's just like 7 dwarves with giant axes chopping up these 2 beastmen. It's Yidris's turn.
How are the beastmen looking? Because we were having some good fun with swinging at them last time.
One of them still has a broken leg and looks like they're probably out of the fight. Looks like trying to crawl away from you, actually. And then the other one you grazed with your flail last time, and it's in fighting shape, about to attack you.
No
Great,
mercy.
I'm gonna swing at him. I think I was hitting him last time.
Yeah.
That looks like a flail fail for me.
Oh yes, unfortunately. You have a half action. What do we do with that?
Can I swing again?
How many attacks does Yidris have? 2 attacks? Then yes, you can. There you go.
There we go. That's better. Good job, Yidris. And grab my little d10. Sorry, I keep picking up the wrong dice.
That's all right.
16.
Oh, and that's another.
Damn.
That is another Yorik's Fury.
Oh,
Yorik's
sorry.
Fury is
Oh my
with us
God.
tonight. Jeez. So you roll another damage and add it to 16. And if you keep rolling 10s, then
I think I need to
it sucks to
convert
be this
faith.
guy.
Are you sure you're not following Ulrich?
Where are you at, Sigmar?
Yeah, Sigma, bro.
Oh,
This guy's gonna be red mist.
Can I go again?
So that's 26.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You keep going.
Yeah. You keep it going.
There we go.
Okay, that's all right.
34.
34. Yeah, because you
wait,
only had
six-
you only had the
okay.
bonus once, right? You only had the bonus once, so yeah. Okay, all right, 34. Jeez, this guy. I don't know. How do you kill this
Killed
guy?
me
We're not even going to
twice.
use the chart. You just
Like,
he's dead.
I feel like the first swing he like ducked, and then she just like turns it around, just comes back, and just knocks his head like off. That'd be okay.
Yeah, it, like,
Single tear
90
down
degree
the fires
angle
his
and-
eye. That was so beautiful.
so proud. All right. So Yidris stands victorious over 2 beastmen, one of them trying to crawl away, the other is neck at a 90-degree angle. Matthias is fighting one in the tower, and then there is a what is about to be a massacre as all these dwarves go and cut up these 2 beastmen down here. I don't feel like rolling all that dice, but 6 dwarves against 2 beastmen is not a fair fight. Let's see. That brings us back to the top of the initiative with Rat.
So now this guy's kind of off me. I will kind of sheath my dagger, and I will take out my sling, and I'll begin to. Are these guys pretty screwed right now?
Yes. So they're both in the process of they're trying to fight the dwarves. One of the dwarves was wounded, but these beastmen are about to die. Like, they're on their knees, axes being chopped away at them, kind of situation.
Sorry. Is there anyone else within sight apart from these 2? Because I'm a little bit worried about starting to throw stones into like combat. I don't want to pick off anyone that's.
You can see beyond the immediate sort of light from behind the village, and now several houses have gone up, and some of those dry fields have also started to catch on fire, that there are other beastmen moving in the darkness. It looks like they're coming primarily from the south, moving up the east, and are either going to attack from the east or something else. But you can see a lot of them out in the darkness.
Can I ready an action? Am I allowed to ready in Warhammer until I've got a better target to pick, and then I'll throw a stone at them?
Okay, yes you can. Just let me know. And so Alero's turn.
Do I see anything within my range? I mean, like, I don't know if bow has a little bit better range than a sling.
You're, well, I think it's more that Rat doesn't have night vision. Is that correct?
I do have. No, I have night vision.
Oh, you do have night vision. Okay, then that's different. You can see them clear enough to attack, and they are within range of the sling staff and the bow.
Okay, can I jump in and make an attack quickly?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll hit someone with this thing. I've not hit anything yet. That is a massive miss.
All right.
I imagine the
miss.
stone goes behind me.
Alero ducks out of the way as the sling goes by her head, and she'll.
I'll point for Alero. That one. Get that one there.
That one.
And Alero draws a bead on that one and lets loose an arrow, or maybe 2. Holy shit!
Ooh,
That's not good.
that's bad.
That's bad.
Do you shoot the stone that I've just thrown out the air behind me?
I do that thing where like I let go of the arrow and the bow goes forward and the arrow goes backwards.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Looney Tunes it up. Nothing happened. There's no like critical fumble.
Oh, okay.
Like, are you worried about that? You just miss.
Oh. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know.
If you were using a gun, that'd be different.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I didn't know if you were the DM. You were gonna be the DM that's like, yeah, your bowstring breaks. Anyway,
I'd rather
so
do something
50
else later on.
50.
that hits.
That was
50
fucking
hits.
dark.
That's good.
Sleep well tonight.
Yeah, right there.
So that's a
So it's gonna
headshot.
be 50. So that's a hit. It's a headshot. And let's roll that beautiful damage.
Oh. Wah, 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 wah.
5 damage as an arrow slams into this beast man's horn.
Right.
Whatever.
Yes, it skips across the top of its head. All right. That was a hit.
And yep, that's it. That's my 2 attacks.
All right, Matthias.
All right,
I forgot
as
to go with Matthias last time. Anyway,
Oh, it's
go
okay.
ahead, Matthias. Sorry.
yeah. So me and Yidris just eviscerated one guy, and there's just the one that was crawling away now.
There's still one in the tower with
Still
you.
one of my. Oh, you're right. Yeah. Okay. Then I'm gonna slash at him, and let's see. I'm gonna use one of my critical hits here because I've been holding them, and no better time to use them when fighting beastmen.
We do have some.
So I'm gonna, I got 3 of those, So I'm gonna spend one of those, and I guess I'll just roll damage.
Just roll damage, and go ahead and just roll me a D100 to see where you hit him.
Yeah, good idea. There's plus. Oh, I did not do that right. What did I? I managed to lose the dice. Oh, there it is. I don't know how I managed that.
Where are you at, Fantasy Grounds?
Wait, Jim, how many years did that guy age?
Oh, that's a good question.
Good point. 59 on the hit, 11 points of damage.
That guy, I don't have a D6 handy. Somebody have a D6 handy? Pruitt, why are you asking me to roll it?
It is a 3. 3 is.
3. So 50 said that was a 59.
Yeah.
That's a body shot for 11 damage. All right, that is going to be a level 1 hit, critical hit. So I need you to roll me another D100.
Ooh, very nice. That is going to be 33.
33. All right, that's a little 9. Your sword. Your weapon slices into your opponent's belly and groin, puncturing the bladder. With a faint odor of ammonia, urine spills from the wound and onto your blade, and then a bunch of penalties for that. Beastman piss bursts all over your sword as you slash through its abdomen with your blade. The thing recoils in pain and brings its weapon up to retaliate.
I bring the sword up to try and block with the pistol in my other hand as the piss is all over me.
You have a
Filthy
second
creature.
attack, right?
Oh, I do, yeah, you're right, yeah. I do. It's gonna get
That's
him.
a hit.
It's gonna get him.
That's gonna get him.
It's
Poor
gonna
bastard.
get there. So that's gonna
Absolutely gonna
Get there.
12 damage.
12 points of bladder shattering damage.
All right, that's a level 10 crit. I need you to make me another D100. Yeah, these crit tables. Written by a trauma surgeon, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
73.
And that was a another body shot, or that was a right arm.
Yeah.
So you slash him again in the abdomen, slicing through chest and belly, practically spilling the poor bugger in half. Dies immediately, falling to the ground in 2 loosely connected pieces. So in 2 quick slices, you eviscerate the onboard beast man.
Once through the bladder, once all the way down, and spit on the body.
Damn straight. Hot damn. All right. It is. It is now some of my NPCs' turn. The whole village was already kind of crowded around the bonfire, right? And there is a growing sense of sort of unease as their houses begin to catch fire. Those of you who are still in the towers can see this sort of middle area here between the two gates, this kind of row of houses and then the little gardens in the back, that beastmen are sort of leaping over using ladders, grappling hooks, lassos, and the like, just climbing over that wall and are now in and amongst these gardens and houses. And there's another mass of them moving. They're closer to the east gate now. Yidris can now see them out in the dark. It looks like they're going to be making their way towards her. But the villagers and everything are kind of crowded around this bonfire, not sure exactly what's going on. Dwarf and this mysterious ranger archer fellow, they give Nora a quick nod. The human does, the human archer. And I am Otokar. We came as quickly as we could. There is a great herd on its way.
Herd? From which direction?
Coming from the south. We paralleled them. They attacked our camp, or the dwarves' camp, rather. And he's like looking around rather anxiously, trying to ushering in the dwarves to get them inside the village. And are you the? He really looks at you like he doesn't know who you are. Are you a defender here?
But she's like standing there with an axe still half lodged in this other guy's thigh, right. And she's just like, and just quite calmly taps her badge of witch hunter while still holding it. It's probably Matthias you want to talk to, and just sort of continues on with what she does.
This beast man is just like bleeding and braying as the dwarves cut it apart. Let's see here. And Otokar enters into the village. So we have the rest of these beastmen. Yidris can see them as they come out of the darkness and rush sort of towards the east gate. They're coming not just for the gate, but for the tower next to it where Matthias is. They're coming for the wall next to it. A great big mass of them as they try to get here. And here we go. So they are going to attack. It's like stop moving everything else around. There we go. Let me see. So that's Idris. Did you have a parry or anything available?
Nope.
All right. So, because you had just like used both your attacks on that one.
Yes.
All right. So, one of them comes rushing up out of the dark and attacks Yidris. Where am I at with the weapon? Oops, wrong die. That's going to be a hit on Yidris. I'll go ahead and re-roll that for 10 damage, and that looks like that was to your that's location 92 leg hit.
Yeah, I have
10
7
damage.
armor on that leg, so that's 3 damage.
So that's 3. You take 3 wounds. Yes, correct. All right, and that was its one attack. There is another. Where am I? Let's see. We have Matthias in the tower, and another one kind of climbs up the rope or ladder or whatever sitting just outside of it, and leaps over the body of its bisected companion to attack Matthias. And looks like that's going to be a big miss. Yidris, you can see others running up. They weren't quite there to make it. Looks like you can see about 4 others other than the one that you're attacking, and they are looking like they're trying to rush the gate.
Your next attack has disadvantage, Mr. Davis.
Oh, all right. My next attack has disadvantage. Yes, I'll check that. Let's see. All these guys have gone. It's now Nora's turn.
Okay, she's still got to get this axe out of this beastman's leg?
Half action to get it out, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, she basically uses one of her feet to stamp on the leg and just hook it out. And then...
It's dead, by the way.
Yeah, I'd hope so. After that. Is there another one around me? Sorry, my map doesn't seem to be loading fully for some reason.
Do I need to reshare it?
Yeah, yes, please, if that's all right. It doesn't seem to be
No problem.
loading for me.
So where you're at right now, there are 6 dwarves who are about to move into the village. You can see with your night vision further out into the fields beyond the village. There are beastmen moving and getting closer, but there are none within easy reachable distance of where you're at.
So, like, she nods to each of the dwarves and acknowledges them as they come in. Is there a way she can start barricading the south gate?
The south gate. It looks like the beastmen that had come up had started to pull it off of its hinges. It would need to be properly repaired, but you can at least shut it again if you'd like.
Okay, could I shut it and then back up towards the others, in the direction the others have gone?
Yes, yeah, you can do that. So Yidris shuts the gate behind the rest of the dwarves and then makes her way, towards the center of the village?
Yes, towards the center.
Okay, that sounds good. And now I believe it is Nora's turn.
That was
sorry,
Nora.
not Nora. Yidris.
Nora.
Yidris.
That was Nora.
So I've got the ones that have just advanced on me, and I see more coming in as well.
Correct.
Okay. And that big sound came from by the east gate?
It came from the woods to the east. Is where you heard it. Not anywhere near the village yet. The woods are about 100 yards away.
Okay. So I'm just gonna call out for Matthias because I don't know where he is right now or how he is. I'm just busy at the front. And then I'm gonna swing at the dude that hit me.
Okay.
8.
That's a hit.
And
Damn fine hit.
Nice.
so 11.
All right, so that's going to reduce it to 8. Jeez. It's heavily wounded as you smash your flail into its one of its legs. His
Alright,
leg
I'll
hits.
just swing again. I just want to get rid of this guy so I can back up next go. So.
That's a D10 of healing for Yidris from Artificer Bishara. You can roll it however you want, Jim, if it's automatic, or you could take an action to do it. Everyone.
Okay.
Flail fail on the second.
Flail fail on the second one. Yeah, you can get that healing whenever you get a chance to catch your breath and
Okay.
take like a second wind, quote unquote. All right, so Yidris is good. The rest of them are rushing up to her. The dwarves are now all inside the village here and are moving about. Zalgeg, seeing what's going on, hefts his axe and moves to join Yidris by the front gate there, the east gate. And that brings us back to the top of the initiative with Rat.
So I'm guessing from this tower or wherever I can see the surge or hear it or know that something's going on at that eastern gate.
Right, yeah. And
We've got to move that to the east. And then I'm going to jump down from the tower. And how far can I move? How far are these squares?
they're about 20 yards each. What's your movement score?
Low because I have little legs. 1 second. 4?
4's not
that...
bad. You can.
Oh.
Yeah, that's that. If you do nothing but move, you can move through two of these squares around. Yeah, you just like haul ass.
At the bottom of the combat table thingy, all your different movement speeds.
Oh, combat
yeah,
move is 8. I don't know what that means.
That's 8 yards you can move. That's like slow, deliberate moving. You do nothing but haul ass. Yeah.
Like so if I move here, am I in earshot of the group that are around this fire?
Correct. Yeah. There's a bunch of. Yeah.
Sorry, carry ahead. Can I yell at them from where I am?
Yes.
Can I yell? If that
This is your home. If you can fight, you need to fucking fight. These bastards are at your gates. It's time to go to war.
All right. Rousing them to war.
Yeah.
Some of them have...
You want a fellowship roll to try and inspire some people, or?
Yeah, give me a fellowship roll.
Oh, that's good. That's a definite success. Why did that not show? Oh, I dropped it just short. It was.
You dropped it next to it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. It was a 19. Let's see what it is. Oh, I failed now. 64. That is the saddest thing ever.
I mean, these people, they never were very... This place is not has seen better days, right? And the people here are like haggard and old.
It was a 19.
And then
it's those of them who who can take up arms seem to already have done so and are attempting to fight around here. There's chaos all inside the villages. Buildings are set on fire. Beastmen that are running between these little houses and gardens are starting to attack the villagers that are there. And as Rat sort of runs ahead of the main group of dwarves and Alero and Nora, he sort of like sees them coming out from between the village little hovels, and the beastmen are just like slashing and screaming and making just a disturbing little braying, like a kind of noise as they just run amok and terrorize all of these villagers. Working on my goat. We're working on my goat noise.
I can tell.
Yeah. So that's what's going on. That was Rat's turn. You're hauling ass, Alero.
Okay. And by the way, it's...
Yes, you got to do the thing. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, sorry. Anyway, from my perch, probably going to need to move closer to get over and get a good shot on the east gate, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Alero in her move, I don't know what I can do with it. She's pretty quick though. She has a movement of 5. So she's going to try to get in the most advantageous position possible. Can I get like maybe on the other side of Rat at the end of that building, so she's kind of looking down the row of houses towards the east gate?
Yes.
Should I just
your,
Rat just did?
Your next roll.
I'm sorry?
Advantage on your next roll, Brett, from Bard's Basement.
Sweet.
Can I make a long range attack on someone? That would normally be a disadvantage?
Well, if we were playing 5th edition, sure. Like, you just can roll twice and take the better result.
That is true. So I'm going to make one attack.
You can see targets. They're like all up in the village, right? Like.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to make one attack and then use my other half action for a move to start moving into a better spot.
Okay.
So there's the first one. That's glad I got that advantage. Well, that's still a hit.
Still a hit.
That's still a hit. And so 66. That's the body. And where's my damage? There we go.
Burn. 13 damage.
So it's 13 damage just to one of the beastmen, and then she's basically gonna like jump and like fire that bow off, and then grab the ladder and slide down. And I don't know. I guess you can move about maybe like there.
You can move one more with a 5. That's good.
There. It's hard to see the actual squares. Oh wait, I need to just zoom way in. I moved the wrong person. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to move you, Nora.
That's all right.
There you go.
There we go. So Alero's sort of like taking shots at those that are running through the gardens and are heading towards the big massive villagers there. That's where we're at. Matthias.
Another one's just crawled up the ladder towards me over his ladder front.
Like took a swipe at you. Crawling through the blood and piss.
I'm like 10 feet up from where Nora is right now, right in the tower.
Correct.
I'll call down to her and I'm like, "Hold! Our friends will be with us." With more confidence than Will has. And so 17 to hit as I slice at the beast man in front of me.
It's a hit.
For a total of 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. All right, that is 5. Okay, it's another like great slash across its. I guess in this case, across its left leg, and it's wounded, but still in fighting shape. You do anything else with your other half action?
Yeah, let's give it to him.
Right.
Oh, that's a bad miss. Yeah, second one's not able to get through the defense.
Okay. All right, here we go. Zalgeg rushes up next to Yidris and attacks the beast man that is next to her. So, Yidris, you're going to get the two of you will have a +10 to hit as long as you're fighting the same one. Bring him up, and then who else gets to go? Ottilia is still there, kind of like trying to keep calm, but she's inching closer towards the east gate, like she wants to stick close to where the rest of y'all are, and has not joined the big group. There's a bunch of screaming and shouting coming from the north gate now, as those of you who are en route, sort of traveling, can hear what's going on there. And it's time to roll some beastmen. All right. So it's right here now. And there's another one that's on here. All right, Yidris. Here we go.
Okay, I'm ready.
First attack, it comes up to you with like a big meat cleaver looking thing, and I don't know why that didn't display, but it was a miss. I think I'm lagging a bit. And then the second one that attempts to attack you is a miss as well, although just barely a miss. So there are now 2 beastmen on Yidris. Both of them have missed, but Zalgeg, the dwarven foreman, has joined her at the east gate. Several of these other beastmen are now inside and are harassing the villagers and such. And it is Nora's turn.
Nora's going to, hearing Matthias and the screaming coming from the north gate, probably just run in that direction, and
probably Nora.
Yes, and she sort of just heard it, and she's bolting in that direction. And if she ends up crossing paths with any of the ones from the gardens, she will just try to plow through them as she goes.
Okay. If you do nothing but move, you can make it like right here, which is sort of like almost you're within sight of the east gate. You can see Zalgeg and Yidris fighting those that are trying to get in through the front. You can see them pouring over the walls. You can see Matthias fighting one up in the tower. If you had to use all your movement to get there, but that's where you're at. Okay.
Yeah. No. I think she would go for that.
Be good. And then Yidris.
You said I got +10, right? Because it's Zalgeg?
Correct.
10 or 20? 10.
10.
Flail time!
Woohoo!
Okay.
That's a hit.
I have trouble like grabbing my little beacons.
Yeah.
And that's 13 damage.
13 damage, and you hadn't hit this one yet, right? This is the first time hitting.
No, this is a new one. This is a whole new guy with a meat cleaver.
Oh, yes. Of course, meat cleaver. Same thing. So, in this case, it's going to take... actually, I think that's enough to... Yes, that is enough to get a critical. I need you to roll on the D100 chart, please. Yeah.
47.
47 is
fun until they start happening to us.
Until they start happening to you guys.
The worst bit is we're going to have previewed a lot of them, and we were like, yeah, I don't want that one.
Oh, there goes my bladder. Yep. All right.
What arm was it again? You hit the left
arm.
On
the other bladder.
The left arm.
Yidris' favorite arm.
Your weapon fractures your opponent's wrist, making the hand hang loosely and at an odd angle. It cannot use two-handed weapons, etc., etc. And it's also, of course, wounded and begin taking more critical hits. So that was your first attack.
Gonna just bring the flail around again and swing.
Oof.
And a miss.
Oh. That's going to be a miss. All right. Here we go. Last bit. The battle sort of rages on around you. Beastmen begin to... It looks like they're just For those of you kind of running up, that would be Alero, Nora, and Rat. You guys can see that they're not like attacking the villagers. They're more just like poking at them and getting them all riled up. And they're now sort of clustered around the bonfire as you guys hear some stuff coming from the north gate. Give me just a second as I get some stuff ready.
Oh, do you mind if I roll that 1d10 before I forget about it?
Oh, yes. Yeah, you
Is that right?
That's fine. You guys can hear a crack and a breaking from the north gate as something bigger, something worse, with a huge bellow smashes through it. And here it is right here. Let me get it. No, opposite. There we go. Bigger than the others. It's got great big curving bull horns and a giant two-handed axe as it kind of comes smashing through the gate. And there are other beast men behind it, sort of coming through in a big wave there towards the north. I just need to make my attacks now. Actually, I already did that. I'm losing track of where we are in the initiative. I think it's Rat's turn.
Cool. I think my token's gone wandering.
There it
so
is.
I think I was there. So, oh god, can I like hi? Oh god, why is this thing looking at me? Can I kind of try and conceal myself here a little bit? But I'm gonna poke the bear. I'm gonna attempt to clobber it with my sling staff.
Oh, rip.
There is, like, you've got. I need to finish moving mine. You've got the other archer up here.
Why are you
you've got
laughing?
the other archer up here. And the dwarves who are kind of are coming up to assist. So you're not alone. It's just I haven't moved their tokens yet.
Okay, that's fine. I feel slightly more emboldened. Let's attempt to sling staff this.
Of armed and dangerous, dwarves.
Actually, this is a big bad boss. I've got a crit, right?
You sure do.
Looks like you do, yeah.
Let's be heroic and can I crit this thing?
Sure can.
So you want a damage? 1. Do I automatically get the D100 for a crit?
Yes. Well, you need to. Well, how much damage did you do to this thing? Just a second.
5.
5. It's at 5.
Don't laugh.
I don't. That doesn't get through its armor. And Rat, you throw your sling at it, and it literally just bounces off its beefy chest.
Thanks.
You got a half action left. Yeah.
I think I need to reload my sling. I'll pick up a bigger stone this time because next time I'm gonna get it.
Put on the cookies in it. Burn cookies.
Yeah. I've never felt so emasculated. That's a lie.
It is. It's Alero's turn.
Okay, so if I do a half action to move up here between these two buildings, do I kind of have cover from both ways?
Yes.
And do I have line of sight on the big beast?
You do. You can see it as it sort of moves between the gap between the other buildings. Yes.
Okay, well then I will use my other half action to let fly yet another arrow.
All right.
Fuck!
Wow, you're bad at this.
I have a 75! Never mind, it doesn't matter. I missed. That's that.
You missed. All right. Okay.
The winds of chaos are whipping wildly.
The winds of chaos are really whipping at you. All right, your arrow goes wide and misses the giant Minotaur that's there. There is
Minotaur,
yeah, it's technically something else actually. I think it's Matthias's turn. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Unless, well, no, Alero has a second action. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you moved and attacked. My bad. It's Matthias's turn.
Okay. Then yeah, Matthias has got 1 and I cautiously say 1 because I see my token surrounded by enemies.
You've got 1. You've got 1 enemy on you.
Okay, he's already wounded, so we can do this. Alrighty, let us... Yep, let's just slice at him with the sword. Shouting once again, Nora! That's a miss on the first one. Come on, baby, 50-50 here. There we go.
42.
Stressed
out.
Fucking stressed by all this. 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. All right, it's wounded, but not significantly so. It is my NPC's turn, and hopefully they'll be able to help you guys out. All right, we've got Zalgeg, who is attacking with a plus 20 bonus. That 56 is going to hit for Zalgeg, and he's got going to take the better of 2, so that's going to be 6. So that's actually the exact damage that he does. So the one that Yidris had gotten last time, Zalgeg comes in and sweeps in low. 65 is going to hit. 65 hit. 65 is going to hit in the body, and he just like buries his tree felling axe in this beast man here, number 3. There is a. So that was Zalgeg's turn. Attilia's around here. Our archer friend is going to attack the big bull. Misses as well, and reloads for another attack. Then the rest of the dwarves form a line and prepare to meet this charge of the Minotaur and the other beastmen that are up here. That makes it Nora's turn.
Nora has still heard sort of Matthias and just keeps charging in his direction.
Okay.
Just take out whatever she can on the way.
You can move up to the tower and help Matthias up there, or you can see that Zalgeg and Yidris are fighting a bunch of beastmen that were coming in through the gate. You can get to both of them.
Probably go up to the tower first if they're coming up.
Okay. So Nora comes up and helps Matthias in the tower. You both have plus 10 to hit against the beastmen.
Does that take up my turns if I moved, or?
You move and attack.
Move and attack.
You can attack, yeah.
Okay. Yep. Got a
44 hits?
Well.
Yes, it does.
Thank you, Nora.
She keeps going. Yeah, she just barges through and tries to take him out on the way.
Sorry, boy.
Oh, you got another Ulrich's Freeze. You can re-roll. You can roll your damage. Your damage dice explodes. So you have 14 plus. Keep rolling d10s until. Here you go. So 14, 6. That's 20 damage. Yeah, Nora rushes up in the tower, and this thing only had 3 wounds left. So that's the level 12 crit on its. It's that 44 is its body. So go ahead and roll me another D100, please, for Nora.
Matthias is like covered in beastman piss. But didn't comment on it.
Nora's looking at him like,
On that. We don't want to know.
We don't want to. Your axe cuts deeply into your opponent's chest, staving in ribs and puncturing a lung before spilling the heart and the aorta, showering you in a spray of blood.
We're both drenched in different bodily fluids then.
Yeah, you basically cut right into its heart. Matthias and Nora are sprayed in this beast man's vile blood and can look out. Now it's just the two of you in the tower, and you can see that the village, dark shapes are running between the buildings. A great big mass of them have gathered by the north gate and are forcing their way through. And it looks like they're heading right for that large cluster of the villagers that are around the bonfire. I think it's Idris's turn.
I love that our group is only communicating by yelling each other's names.
Yeah.
We're not big talkers, it's fine.
Alright,
Matthias never texts.
Never texts.
In the group chat, he's really quiet.
I'm just gonna keep
A lurker.
swinging right now because there's a whole lot of dudes here that just can't come in. Not today.
Right.
He just stops into roast rat in the group chat.
Okay, so that's plus. That would be
That's
a plus 1 point of success with the plus 10.
Yep.
If it makes
That's a
difference
hit.
at any point. Oh, ignore that. That'll be my second roll. So the flail is going to fail on the next time on my thing.
That was 14 damage.
14. Yeah. To 82, which is
Another right leg. Yeah, another right leg. All right, that's 11. Yeah, that's another. I need you to roll me a D100 as Yidris's crit streak continues.
My God.
7.
57.
I'm playing bingo, alright? I gotta get all these numbers.
Right. 57.
Your flail crashes into its thigh, forcing your opponent to his knees. It suffers a bunch of penalties until it can get up, and you as well have an additional 10% to hit it as you kind of knock its legs out from under him. All right. And that you have a second attack, I guess?
Do you want to count that one that I rolled by accident, or should I roll it?
No, just go ahead and roll again. 57. You have plus 20 to hit it, so that's a hit.
Yeah, it's just a hit.
Just barely.
Good job, Yidris. Just barely is enough. 13.
13 damage. All right, go ahead and roll me another D100 real quick.
Yes.
Oh my
76.
god. 76. Yeah, that's going to be a nasty hit. Yidris is going to smash in. Your bluff smashes your weapon through the front of its rib cage, caving it in, killing the beast man instantly. That's Yidris.
Yeah, let's see Yidris. Mm-hmm.
All right. As you guys have a moment to take stock, nobody's currently fighting anyone. No one's, otherwise currently being attacked. You can see the entire village kind of laid out for you. Those of you in the East Tower, like I said, you can see the village is now starting to catch on fire. There is this inner gate here, which has since, sorry, Rat, didn't mean to move you. This inner gate here, which has since opened, and that guardsman that Rat had sent at the beginning of the fight to go do something, go help people, looks like they've opened up the outer gate as well as the inner gate to the castle. That is what everyone can see, although I don't believe Alero is in a position to see that. And it looks like the beastmen that are coming from the north gate are about to meet the force of the dwarves and those humans who have taken up arms in defense of their village in a big melee right here north of the bonfire. I think that brings us to top of the initiative order. Rat.
Did you forget to go with your beastmen again?
I think I might have. There's a lot going on here. Thank you, though.
Everyone's going to fucking hate me for saying that.
Well, no, I mean, if they don't go into there...
Sir, you forgot to give the homework!
Excuse me, sir. Let me move in here. Can I please have some more homework? All right, which ones do we have active? This is going to take me just a second, guys. As the brawl starts, the big one, the big Minotaur looking guy, is bellowing and sort of smashing its way through the dwarves and kind of the humans. They've stopped them, at least. They're not completely coming through and breaking through the line, but these are not soldiers. They are not properly equipped. They will not be able to hold this horde off for very long. And then I had others in here. Alero. One of them comes out of the dark towards you and exits kind of one of the gardens, and it looks like they are creeping up on you. And let me see. It's going to make an attack roll. 37 is going to miss. And something else happened. Several of the others come out. Mora's no longer there. And between where the bonfire is and where the east gate is, there's now a whole bunch of beast men harassing the villagers and creating kind of a barrier between those at the east gate and those at the bonfire. It is now Rat's turn.
Sorry, I managed to get 2 tokens somehow on special. So
That's all right.
So I'm going to take another slight diversion to. Hopefully, I don't disappear. There we go. And then I'm going to try and hit this big fucker again.
Okay.
I've got my sights on him. I can do this. Right.
All right.
39. That's a hit.
39's a hit.
Come on, more than 5. Oh my. Wait, it's off. I rolled a number that I'm not going to reveal because it didn't go in the right place.
It didn't get on there.
7. I rolled 1 again.
Oh no.
I got a 7. 7 enough to actually make a damage?
7 is enough to actually make a damage. Yes, it will actually damage. Yeah, you can see a small trickle of blood as the Minotaur is wounded by Rat's stone. Yeah, you do anything with that other half action?
I will. I think every time I've got to reload for half an action, so I'll kind of roar with the primal bloodlust that's taken over me from the slight graze on the Minotaur, and I'll keep kind of directing people into this inner courtyard.
Okay. The whole thing is, I don't know, it's the chaotic mess. I'll give another picture here real quick. It's Alero's turn. Alero is being attacked.
And this guy is on me, and obviously, do I hear more like coming like towards me? Yeah, I don't like this. But Alero has a shield, and she's pretty quick, so she's just going to run. Like, run away from this guy.
Okay. Not disengaging, you are just hauling ass away.
Yeah, I want to do a full move to get, I see kind of everybody like moving and they're calling out for people to come in to the courtyard, right? And all that. So she does not like being out here with all this. She's just going to run between these buildings right next to her and then to the west.
Okay. It is going to take a swipe at you. Basically, the rules for leaving combat are the same in Warhammer as they are in 5th edition. So it gets a free attack against you, but misses.
Okay. So she was counting on. So yeah, I flash my ass at it and get the hell out. And I'm not sure if that's my full move, but...
God damn it, Pigeon. The Minotaur has a crit.
All right.
Somebody's got it in for us.
All right. Okay. So that's Alero's turn.
Yep. Stay away.
Okay. Please stay away. It's Matthias' turn.
Oh boy. Okay, and me and Nora up on the tower are currently not in combat with anything.
Correct.
They look like they've gone past us, so they actually ran past Yidris.
They were coming over the walls and everything.
The walls, yeah. Then I'm gonna try and jump down and say, "Come, follow me!" And I'm gonna jump down and swim myself, and let's actually try and get this one in the back.
Okay.
Try and run it through as he's behind me.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be aware of your presence. You're going to get a plus 30 bonus to hit this one.
Baby. That is a hit on the first one. That's how I do that. And the damage is going to be... Oh, baby. 11 points.
Damage. All right. What's that? Not quite enough to score a critical, but it is a deep cut against the Beastman, who was otherwise like harassing Otilia, the priestess of Melina that's there.
Oh yes, it's Livy. Okay. If it's not dead, I'll try and get it.
Well, it's a movement and attack.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, movement and attack. Yeah, it's the D&D.
That's good. NPC's turn. Zalgeg moves to attack some of these that are between you and them, and Otilia is doing her best to defend herself. Let's see how some of these dwarves fare. real quick. Where are we at here? In their battle with the Minotaur, one of the dwarves has suffered a grievous wound. Really, it looks like a lot of them are, to be perfectly honest. And then, let's see, where was I? Great Axe. That's going to be a miss from the first dwarf. I'll just keep using these for that. And then a hit from the second one. A great big melee has erupted, like I said, over here north of the bonfire. And those of you who are closest to it, like Matthias, Nora, and the like, getting back there, you can't really hear as much. But those of you who are closest, Rad and Alero, it does not look pretty. It looks like these dwarves and the humans will be able to hold it off maybe another round or two before it's going to get in amongst the villagers that are here. And that makes it Nora's turn.
Nora will just follow Matthias and jump down and attack the one that he also attacked.
Okay.
So... Oh dear.
Ooh, no.
Which doesn't.
Okay. Yeah, even with the plus 10 there, not going to happen. All right, and Yidris.
Sorry, I was on fantasy grounds. I had full screens. Let me mute myself.
That's all right.
I want to turn around and beat up the beastie men if I can get to them. There's all these people in my way now.
Yes.
I'm through with my file. Move. So, movement and one attack for me.
Thanks for solve that, Celebrate.
That's gonna miss.
There's all these people in my way now. I can't like swing free.
Swing free.
It's a swing free. Yes, a handful of beastmen stand in your way, blocking passage and making life kind of miserable for you guys. There are others of them swarming around, but just these two are the only thing so far that stands between you and the rest of them. They are going to go ahead and attack. And let's see what's going to happen. We've got one of them on Matthias and one of them on Yidris. The first one on Matthias is going to be a miss. One on Yidris. Yidris is going to get hit. And that's location 22 for 6 damage.
My right arm, and that's going to hit me for 1 wound.
All right, 1 wound for Yidris. These other two over here that were running back behind, the one that had attacked Alero takes off and chase, but is not fast enough, and instead they get in here near Rat. I don't know if you can see him, but
yeah, they disappeared off my map. Oh, there we are.
There we go. All right, I just have to clear the fog of war real quick. And so Rat is taking 1, and then it looks like the other one is going to stick. Couldn't catch up with the Alero. All right, and Rat is missed. Yeah. All right, guys. Those of you around the bonfire, the resistors over here look like they are at their breaking point. The crowd of villagers has started to scatter and run as they fear what's coming towards them, and they are taking off both towards the south. And some of them, it looks like they're going to push through towards the east and kind of press those of you going back this way, coming against them with the beastmen in the middle. Let's see, whose turn is it? I believe it's Rat's
Nick,
turn.
that's a nat 20 to the beastman. No.
All right, so I've got a crit for the Minotaur, who's almost upon our heroes, and a crit for the beastmen.
And you got 1 crit from last session as well. You got 3.
And 1 from last session as well. All right, and I feel like I haven't really been hitting all that well. So, Rat, you have an opportunity here.
So, am I stifled now? Can I not do ranged attacks on anyone? I've got to focus on this guy.
If you got someone in melee with you, you can't make ranged attacks.
Okay, that's going to be unfortunate. I'm just going to have to Switch to my dagger and make an attack on this guy. There we go. 9. That's a hit.
Yes, 9 is a hit.
For 8 damage.
For 8 damage. All right, so 5. You give it a pretty nasty wound with your dagger as you slash out. 9 is actually a leg, so it's appropriate. As you slash out on its leg. Of course, these things aren't wearing armor; they're barely wearing clothes, and are using only the crudest of weapons to attack you with. So that's Rat. You have another half action. I don't think you have 2 attacks, but you can do something else.
I'm just trying to see if there's anything useful I can do. I will. I'll do my parry again, but I know it'll be a very big disadvantage.
Okay,
Defensive stance. Sorry, parrying stance. There we go.
Parrying stance. Okay. So you will attempt to parry as best you can when it attacks you. Valero, it's your turn.
Okay. You know, do I have somebody technically in melee? I know there's people near me. No?
You do. You are not in melee. No.
Well, it's do or die time. So, Alero will draw a bead on this Minotaur. Do I still suffer the minus 20% for firing into melee, considering it's a Minotaur fighting a bunch of dwarves?
Not from this case. This is specifically a much larger creature, and the front rank are a bunch of dwarves.
Okay. Well, Alero just looks up, and she's thinking if she can help bring this Minotaur down, maybe it will bring...
You've got a crit, Alero.
So for the first one, I'm going to go ahead and use that crit.
All right, so you hit. Just roll me a die to see where it hits.
This is so it hits 66.
Uh-huh.
And that's going to be for 12 damage. I do have 1 armor piercing, just so you know.
Okay, thank you.
And then for the
12 damage with 1 armor piercing.
And then for the second arrow, it's going to be a 47, so that's a hit with a 74 hit location, which is the body. And that's going to be 6 damage, 1 armor piercing.
6 damage, 1 armor piercing, 2 damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You sink 2 arrows deep into it, and it sort of like, for a brief moment, this blood-red rage filling its eyes is like sweeps its axe and tosses dwarves and humans aside. It sort of like sees Alero and gives a sort of like snort towards you. Although Ottokar has been peppering it with arrows as well. It's not just your fletching that's buried inside of it. That's Alero's turn, yes? I think it's Matthias' turn now. Yeah.
Alrighty. I'm going to try and finish off the beastman that I surprised last round.
Yeah.
Fighting with Nora. And that's going to be a success.
That is. Right arm.
Ooh, 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. It was already... Alright. It is now heavily wounded and still in fighting shape, but you've dealt it 2 grievous wounds.
Second one's a miss.
Yeah, second one's a miss. So that was Matthias' turn. It is going to be... I believe it's Nora's next. I've completely lost track of what's going on. That's fine.
Wait, is Matthias with Nora? Is he not getting a +10 bonus still because he's fighting with Nora?
That would have brought it from 51 to 61. Still, that second one's still a miss. Yeah, but he is with Nora. You're right. Ottilia tries to help by just getting out of the way so that she isn't she's part of the solution and not the problem. And where is my other man here? You know what? It's just faster to do this. Zalgeg is going to attack, and he hits the one that he's got with Yidris and deals 16 damage to... or sorry, not 16. That's going to be 13 damage to the Beastman that Yidris was fighting. And it's Nora's turn.
Nora is going to try to finish off the one that fires a critically wounded with a 24.
24 hits. $13 damage. All right. So that's a level 8 crit. Go ahead and roll me a D100.
Think high, think high.
No, you always want low. You always want low numbers.
Oh, I thought it was high on crits. Never mind.
No, want low numbers. It's still good.
85.
It's still good. It's still going to be a bad. This guy's still in for a world of hurt. So we have got a Nora's axe buries itself in the Ungor's belly, badly lacerating both the small and large intestines, spilling fecal matter into the abdominal cavity and all over the end of Nora's wound.
Got them all.
It's a trifecta.
We got them all today, folks. And then a bunch of penalties for the Beast Man as he doubles over on Nora's axe, spilling its entrails and their contents all over the end of your weapon and doubling over in pain. What do you do with the other half action?
I think probably there's one to the other side of us, isn't there? So
yes, there is one within
swing
easy.
at that one. Yeah, could I just pull it out of the other one and keep swinging? So
absolutely.
That is 57.
So 57 is actually going to hit.
It?
You have, yep.
10, yep.
Yeah, your skill on this one's actually 69 because 2 others are attacking it. That's an Ulrich's Fury.
Right. So
Nora.
God damn you, Ulrich loving heathens.
That's another 20 damage on Ulrich.
All praise Ulrich.
I thought you guys walked in Sigmar's light.
Right,
Obviously, Ulrich is helping us this evening.
This one had already been hit by Zalgeg and Nora a couple times. How does Nora dispatch the second Ungar this round?
I think she's just sort of swinging madly right now. She's picked up and if she can chop him in half, she would.
Okay. You come up behind him, he doesn't see you.
Around the other.
Yes, you cut him in half as you swing your axe around, clearing the way for the rest of the party. You can see the defenders of the village have been pushed back. Their backs are almost to the bonfire. And the villagers themselves are like scattering. Many of them are rushing past you out the east gate. There are people rushing out the south gate. They broke through the makeshift barricade that Nora had set up there. And it looks like they are like fleeing the inside of the village as Obelheim is flooded with beastmen. The Minotaur bellowing as it deals with some of these dwarves. So give me just a second as I clean up the battlefield a bit. And we will figure out... actually, it's Yidris's turn. Forgot about Yidris. Bad.
She'll remember that.
Wake up one night, she's standing over me. God!
Is there a combatant I can get to with my movement and swing, or no?
Not in also
Not
attack.
Really, like buildings in the way.
You could charge from where you're at and get one of the ones that's over here harassing Rat and the and Alero, like this one right here, number 12.
Oh, down by the fire.
Yeah, like right here.
Oh, then I would like to do that, and I would like to use one of my nat 20 crits to just hit it.
Okay, so go ahead and just roll me to see where it hits. So 51's
15. That's a head.
All right, headshot, and go ahead and roll me damage. Oh my God!
Ulrich!
Oh
my God.
Alera might be a believer after tonight.
Right. 16 plus 8,
That's
24. All right, let's just give you the best one on this thing. We're just really working it through this crit chart here. Your weapon smashes your opponent's head and bursts it like a melon, splattering you with blood and gray matter. Death is immediate.
It is. Can I just like have a quick look at Alera and Rat, because I haven't seen them in a while. Are they looking okay?
I don't know, how you guys looking?
Alero looks fine. He's spattered with a little blood, but none of it looks her own.
I'm concerned about this Minotaur. I look pretty terrified about it being up in my face, but I don't look hurt.
I'll see like Rat's bulging eyes looking up at the Minotaur, and I'll turn and I'll look at it, and I will get ready for next go.
Okay. I'm going to reveal a bit more of the map so you just kind of see what we're working with here. Obviously, these beastmen have come in. It's going to take me a second to figure out to roll all these, but you guys are
good.
Near here.
Why you do that, Jim? We've got a viewer decision. Yes. Else to chat something.
Oh, we do have a viewer decision.
Ooh.
Wow. I might need to think about that for just a second.
Oh, yeah, no worries. We've got a lot going on, but
we'll see what we can come up with here. Melee continues. Those of you who are close by, it is about to break, and we will see what happens with some of these NPCs here. The big Minotaur, it's 20, and a 60. And then for some of these beastmen, roll for them as well. 2 hits. Everyone here around the bonfire, it's like chaos. There are villagers running every which way, getting in your way, making it difficult to see. You can see that the gate towards the castle is open. You can see that the beastmen have broken in and are starting to attack the villagers and drive them out of the village. The Minotaur is just in a bloodlust, having slain several armed humans as well as some of the dwarves that are there. And that is where we are at. Rat, I need you. You said you were parrying, so you might want to have those dice ready because this guy is about to attack you. And I think I am indeed going to use crit on Rat because I am tired of missing. God damn it. And
angered the beast.
I'll use my Beastman crit to get Rats. Let's see where you get hit. That's gonna be 40. That's 4. That's a headshot.
Oh.
And
yeah, viewer decision. Where does a new party begin their adventure?
Where's the new party begin? Oh shit!
Oh, please parry that.
Corey, please.
You have a chance to parry this, Rat.
I have 11 wounds.
Yeah, you have a chance to parry this.
How do I parry it? What do I do?
Do you have a crit? So if you look on your combat sheet where it has your weapon at the end,
or if you have a crit,
it has a parry die.
I see the parry thing. Can I use fate or some bullshit or insanity? I want.
After you get hit, you'll be able to use fate.
You got the crit.
You can use fate you can use a fate point to re-roll a die. Yes.
Okay, you can re-roll that.
You can temporarily spend a fate point. It's called a fortune. When used this way, it's a fortune point to re-roll if you'd like.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna definitely try and re-roll that.
Okay.
Oh my goodness!
Alright, let's see how much. Oh my god! That's 22 damage to Rat's head. For a head wound. What's Rat's armor and toughness?
3. I think total it's 3.
Okay, so that's.
Did you just
19.
kill me?
I might have. I don't know. We'll see.
I might have.
Okay, 67's good. That's good news. We will see. I hit you with a cleaver in the head. This is what I get when I use crits.
Do I have like a bodyguard thing where I can like interpose my own body to save?
There is like 20 yards away from you as you see this beastman bearing down on Rat. The beastman's weapon opens a large gash from your forehead to your jaw, cutting across and destroying one eye. You will suffer penalties for the loss of one eye, as per we'll explain them later, and your fellowship is reduced by 20 due to horrific scar. You also have a plus 10 for intimidate. So you see just like face slash, Rat loses an eye, and that's what happens. You're otherwise up, right? Like critical hits are not death. You just have suffered this wound. So
Great.
It's
Thank
actually
you.
It's actually rats.
It's actually thanking you.
Thanks for that lack of eye. And fellowship was the only fucking thing I was good at. That was literally all I had. And you pulled that out and you snatched it away from me.
Oh my god, thank you guys for the raid, Grumpy Lion. Sort out everybody to protect against the raid. Oh my god.
There would just kind of be a whimper of a dog in the background.
Okay.
And I will reach for my
what's
dagger.
Mold doing during all this?
I imagine I would have kind of kept him off a little bit, but
Okay.
once he saw that, he probably would have thought I was dead like I did. I'm going to attempt to dagger this guy. Oh my Christ.
That one's tough. That one's tough.
You do have a nat 20, Gareth. You can use it at some point. You know? Just
Sorry, I've got
one.
I've got what? I've used it.
You did?
I used it to do 5 damage, which didn't do anything. Do you not remember that one? Thanks for bringing that up. Remember that time you colossally failed in front of everyone? Yeah.
Rat has another half action.
Oh fuck! Let's try and parry, because that worked out brilliantly.
All right. Valero.
The hammer coming towards you.
Valero's turn. Oh my.
Valero probably in the chaos and everything is probably pretty focused on the Minotaur after the look it gave her.
Yeah.
It has noticed her, so she's gonna lay down 2 more arrows into it.
Okay.
Fuck. So that's a miss.
God.
Hey,
And
there we
that's a
go.
hit.
That's
So
a
that's
hit.
to the body.
Uh-huh.
Ulrich, I need you now more than ever.
Ulrich,
It's
you're
okay.
good.
11 damage, 1 piercing, 1 armor piercing. So.
Yes, it's fine. Okay. Actually, that one looked like it flinches at that one, and your arrow sinks in, and it just kind of like gives you that like kind of, that one hurt bit.
Alera will yell out at that like, "Focus your fire! It is hurt."
Yes. That was your second attack, Matthias.
Oh boy. I see Rat in trouble, and Matthias is foolhardy enough to charge the Minotaur. So
Yeah,
I'm
you were
gonna-
closer here. Yeah, you can make it with charge.
Okay, so I'm going to charge, which gives me what, plus 10?
Plus 20 to hit.
It's 20. So I'm going to charge it with my sword. You know what? I'm going to spend a nat 20 on this one because I'm feeling bad for.
Oh, you're attacking
Rat.
the Minotaur or the one that was on Rat?
I'm going to hit
Minotaur?
the Minotaur. Yeah,
Okay.
he's going for the big
Right.
bad. Try and
Okay. Matthias comes in. There's like 3 dwarves left fighting. No humans.
7 damage.
All right. Matthias scratches it.
Yeah, it just tries to stab it, it just grazes off. And I'm like, Rat, get back!
All right. It is now the NPC's turn. Autocar, seeing what happened to Rat, moves over to assist in melee, drawing a sword. He's got a bow in one hand, sword in the other, trying to assist in the melees here. Let's see how well he fares, and he can hopefully help out Rat. I don't know. This says great axe, but it's not a great axe. That's a miss. That is a miss. Rest of the dwarves are attacking the Minotaur. So whenever you attack the Minotaur, Matthias, you get a plus 20. There's plenty of dwarves around to attack them.
Okay.
Otilia is running up here, and I believe that's all of my NPCs that are left. Zalgeg rushes to help against the Minotaur as well. Nora. It's Nora's turn.
Nora, seeing what happened to Rat and then seeing Matthias charge off, is sort of like cursing under her breath as she charges after Matthias to go after the Minotaur
Okay.
at the same time.
Uh-huh.
And rolls 21.
That's a hit. And that is a headshot.
Boom,
12 damage. Boom. All right, so you come up, and this thing's like goring with its horns and like smashing with its hammer, and it's turning its attention now towards Matthias and the rest of you, and it like lowers its head to gore, and Nora hits it right on the head. That's 12 damage. Yeah. It's got numerous wounds over it. Now that you're close up to it, both you and Matthias, you see that it's been several arrows are just sticking out of it, both aleros and unknown fletching that you don't recognize, and it's been cut many times by the dwarves, but it is still strong and in fighting shape. Let's see. I still have a viewer decision. I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm kind of curious who has made this abandoned castle their home. If viewer decision wants to figure out what's going on there. What sort of
castle?
That's kind of what I'm curious about. Big things.
The Avatar of Sigmar.
It could be something like that. Well, it's open to my interpretation. That was Nora's turn. It's now Yidris's turn.
So I was looking at Rat. He's looking at the Minotaur. I looked at the Minotaur. As I glance back to Rat, he gets his head knocked in by this dude. But then, did you say the dwarf came to help, or Atelier, or whatever her name was?
The human ranger came and helped.
Check that. Alright. I just seen Nora run off. I'm torn, but I'm gonna run at the Minotaur because I have a big weapon.
Okay.
Ryan Hawks.
So Yidris is going after the Minotaur as well?
Yeah, she kind of thinks Rat's dead, and if not, there are other people there that can help right now.
All right.
So
or Rat.
Yeah, if there's
all
room.
His friends.
I love Rat so much that really hurt me to say, but just Minotaur.
All right, so you get plus 20 to hit.
So that's a hit with several hundred points of success.
Yes.
This is for Rat.
This is for another Orange Fury. Jeez.
So that's
Rick revealing
18.
himself in my eyes.
18. All right, let's see real quick. 18. All right, that's a critical hit on the Minotaur, and that was its 62 is body. So give me a D100 roll, Yidris. That's good. That's very good. Let's see. Yidris's flail smashes into the Minotaur, shattering its shoulder blade and causing it some significant penalties. Let's see. Yeah, you see it. It falters. One of its arms kind of hangs limp, and it no longer is holding its axe two-handed. And so it just sort of like bellows out in pain and is about to just well, it's actually about to make its attack, unless Yidris you moved
Alright,
in.
so question. Did I technically Oh wait, does move and attack, that's the whole thing, isn't it?
That's two half actions. Yeah.
Okay, so
all right, here we go. So which one of y'all hurt it the worst?
I mean, you just hit it upside the head.
I think it's about to attack Yidris. It sort of like back swings one of its attacks. It does not hit Yidris with that first one. It's flailing around with its horns and is making attacks against both Matthias, which is going to hit with Matthias, and let's go ahead and resolve that first, actually. For Matthias. That's 24 damage to Matthias.
I am
that's a leg.
I really wish that chat could see what's going on in our private chat right now.
All right. Okay. So I've got 5 armor on the leg, and my toughness bonus is free.
You have. What armor are you wearing? You're wearing mail armor.
Mail, yeah.
Mail armor. Then yeah, whatever is in there should
just be 5.
Well, medium is 3.
Minus 3
no,
plus
toughness
your
is 2.
plus your toughness.
Plus your toughness.
That's 2.
Okay, so now I think it is 5.
That's good.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
good.
yeah. My toughness is 27. My strength is 5.
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
And that was how much? That was 16, 4 minus 5, so it's 19. All right, here we go.
Minus-
You feel the horn of the Minotaur pierce Matthias's leg, and you immediately fall to the ground. You're not sure if you can use that leg, but that I'll let you know what else happens.
You're not sure if you can use that.
was-
But anyway. Yeah, I think it's just like, his leg just like caves out from underneath him, like betraying him, and he's just on kind of one knee with the sword in one hand and the pistol in the other.
The beastmen rush past you. Some of them stay and fight, and they're fighting the dwarves and remaining humans, but most of them are rushing past you and keeping the momentum of the terrified villagers up. And so it's kind of a confusing thing, right? Like, many of them pass right by you. They could have ganged up on you or something, but it seems as though their purpose is something else, because they are driving the villagers out of Obelheim and into the fields south and east of the village, as they are setting fire as they go, taking the occasional attack. But they are sort of all around you at this point, and the melee sort of is quite chaotic. So that was Rat.
So I've got lots of people on this beastman that's attacking me. Can I delay until someone else is... Oh, there's another guy behind me. Is the guy behind in direct combat as well?
It's sort of just in the vicinity.
Unless this guy dies, I can't make... Is it just the one to the right of me? I can't make a ranged attack until then.
You could... correct, you're going to have to deal with the one that's immediately in front of you.
Can I delay... Yeah, can I hold until someone else has been? I'm hoping someone might take him out for me, because I'm useless with this dagger.
All right, you can
like a
do that.
butter knife. Yeah.
You can do that. That makes it Alero's turn, and we'll just hold Rat's action.
Okay, yeah. Alero seeing Matthias take that grievous wound and fall, tears begin just streaking down her cheeks, and she calls out his name. Her longtime friend, and with her first arrow that scores a hit, 44 in the left arm. Come on, Oric,
Yes.
where you at now? So that's going to be 13 damage with 1 piercing.
Yes!
All right. I want Pruitt to tell me how Alero brings down the Minotaur.
So as his one good arm, he's raising it up, I assume, to smash down on Matthias, and she looses the arrow, and it enters his armpit and comes up out of his shoulder and into his neck, and it just kind of pins his arm like this. He tips over to the side.
Okay.
That's what I can do with the bow catalyst. That's what I can do. And then she turns with her second attack, and knowing that Rat has been in trouble behind her, kind of like turns behind her and does kind of like a trick shot, and tries to hit that guy, and does.
Yes.
Famous Sergeant Tuttle for the raid. Welcome in with Fighting Beastmen. It's chaotic right now.
7 damage on that.
Swords out, boys. Welcome in, you guys.
7 damage on it. Okay. All right. Now 7 had already had 2. I forgot what their hit points were at this point. You hit it. It's not quite dead, but its attention is distracted. I even think I forgot to go with it last time, so that makes perfect sense.
I'll use my attack then. If it he was the only one that was likely to kill it, so can I jump in and try and stab him up?
Yes, you can. You get a +10 bonus for that.
Cool. It wasn't like a +50 bonus, was it? Did I miss here?
Wasn't that good.
I just kind of
never mind. My bad.
flail wildly into the air.
Rat continues to attempt to attack. It's Matthias's turn. Now, there are beastmen all around you. None of them at this point are focused on you, but you've got Nora and Yidris next to you. This Minotaur is like right at your feet, and you can't. Someone's gonna have to help you walk.
Okay. Thanks for the follows, Raiders. Okay, let's take a look at this battle map again. So the lead one is dead. I can still shoot a guy with a pistol.
Yes, I thought you had like 6 pistols or something like that.
Yeah, he's 4 pistols on him all the time. I've used 2 of them.
You've only shot 1, so yeah.
Yeah.
Boondock Saints this shit.
I think I might have shot 2. I think I missed with 1 and shot with another and shot with one.
Okay.
But yeah, I draw out the 3rd pistol from the holsters and just like bleeding to death on one leg, aim it at the nearest Unhor. Any bonus?
Yes, the point blank shot with a pistol I would say that's a plus 20 bonus. Like you're just right there, right? And they're not really paying attention to you. Yep. All right, there you go.
13 damage.
All right. 13 damage. That's with the pistol. Actually, I need you to go ahead and roll me a D100, as that is a minor critical hit against this guy. That was 78. His right leg.
Yep. 28.
28. It's really good. Here we go. So your, jeez. Matthias brings out the pistol, shoots, and bullet shatters the beastman's shin bone, knocking him to the ground, writhing in pain, bleeding helpless for several turns.
Cool. Other half action to grab onto the person nearest to me. Is that Alera at the moment?
It's either Yidris or Nora. They were right up there in melee with you.
Then probably both of them. Okay. Probably just gonna like stand and take over shoulder. There is I have to kill them all. All of them. It's just, playing the character. I mean, like we always like, let's run. And Matthias is like, well, the job's only half done.
Right. All right.
Let's. The other pistol. Ready to shoot someone.
You're already got the other pistol out.
I can't
all right.
take another hit.
No, really shouldn't. And so
I really should. But I will.
really shouldn't. Ottokar brings his weapon down on the beastman that Rat is fighting, and with the bonus for the 2 of them, he's able to actually hit. And Ottokar has distracted this thing enough that it's no longer focused on Rat and his bleeding, one-eyed face. Now he's like Matthias, right? You know, One Eye Club. And it's Nora's turn.
We'll first of all just swing out and hit another one that's surrounding us.
Yeah, that's going to be a miss. So you're like swiping out. You've got one arm around Matthias, and the other arm you probably have to take out like a different weapon to attack. Are you gonna are you focused on fighting, or are you focused on helping Matthias?
Probably getting Matthias through the crowd.
Okay. And so Matthias, everybody's going through the crowd. What about Yidris? What's Yidris doing?
Yidris is going to... Alright, so this is what I want to do. I really want to just knock Matthias out, pick him up, and get him the fuck out of here, because otherwise we're not getting out of here.
You have strike to stun, right?
I do.
That is a simple enough task with your knuckle dusters.
Fucking lunatic.
Matthias is over there like guns pointed out. You guys are dragging him away.
One leg.
Because I know that we're not going to beat Heresy without Matthias, and Matthias can't die here. So Idris is going to bodyguard him out if she can.
Okay.
I've got your decision in chat for you, by the way, Jim.
Another viewer decision. Okay.
No. I've got the outcome of the last one.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Yes, I see it. I lost my train of thought. Okay. Yes, we're good. If Yidris wants to, between your talent, strike to stun, and Matthias's delirious blood loss condition, I think I will. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna say Yidris can knock him out.
I mean, I'm happy to roll it. I just didn't want you to tell me that I hit him with strike, stun, and kill him, because that would be like the exact opposite of what I want to do.
No. He's probably gonna have a big nasty lump. I think maybe a toughness test from Matthias at a -10 penalty.
Oh, I got a nasty bump on my head, and this fucking leg will
I just want to get around there because I need to patch him up, because I think I'm the only medic around.
No. He says -10.
You got a -10 to it.
Yep.
All right. Matthias is knocked out. If Nora and Yidris, if all you guys do is attempt to get him out of there so that he doesn't die bleeding out in the dirt of Obelheim, the Beastmen are not interested in you at this moment. They seem to be interested entirely in driving the villagers out of the village.
So you just say, Nora, clear our path, and then she's gonna lift up Matthias just like 5 minutes. She's like 6'2" and big. She's gonna carry Matthias out.
Right, and your strength score is ridiculous, right? Like 50 something.
It's 56.
Yeah, that's Yidris is a strong
She's a
woman.
bodyguard. This is her job. She's gonna do her job. Her own job, but it's fine.
I'm just gonna give you guys the rest of what's over here, just so you have an idea.
That's right. There's Kevin Costner. Take notes.
All right. So that was Nora's turn. We are at the no one is actively engaged in fighting you yet. They are instead flooding through the village. It's chaos in here. They are hacking at villagers, driving them out. They're taking the dead bodies of the defenders who were held them off long enough and mutilating them, stringing them up, even as it's going on. They're spreading the fire. At the moment, they appear to be ignoring you, but that is likely to change. And I'm going to go ahead and say that it's Rat's turn as these beastmen swarm around you.
So, are these? Is it close enough that I've seen them start to knock out Matthias? And
yes, you can see that. Yeah.
I can't see. Are we going?
Since we're back to back and kind of combine this, yes. She will seeing Rat's condition. She will basically take him by the arm and yell out, "The castle!" Because they said the castle was open, right? The doors.
Well, like in the very beginning of the fight, Rat had sent someone to open it to get the villagers in. Yes, it's open. You see the drawbridge down. The door to the inner courtyard there is open. The guard is nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, so Alara will then just yell out, "We must go to the castle. Rat, come with me, please." And she's gonna basically just grab him by the arm and yell out, "Mutt, follow!" and head towards the drawbridge in the castle.
Yeah, I'll follow along, giving a big whistle, and kind of the dog will kind of appear from just tucked in behind a building somewhere and follow me in, if that's okay.
Okay. All right, so that's both of y'all's actions. You get out of there and do that. Autilia is not far behind you. Ottokar and the rest of the remaining dwarves are fighting their way through and attempting to clear their own path towards the place. Ottokar is actually that's pretty good. He dispatches, deals the beastman a wound of some kind that distracts it long enough for him to get out of there. It is not dead, but it is not actively fighting him. And then the rest of them are they're trying to get the hell out of there. And then Nora and Matthias and the like. Do you guys just keep Nora and Yidris? Do you just basically get Matthias to safety?
I'm sort of just plowing through them to make a path so that you just can move as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, anyone that Nora doesn't like kneecap on the way through, Idris is just gonna walk through until they just stay out of the way.
Gotcha. They are Nora, just make me an attack roll, and we'll kind of like play this fast and loose here.
Oh yeah.
You don't do any appreciable damage to it, and it does look like one of the beastmen is attempting to follow you as you cut your way through the crowd. Yeah. So give me an idea real quick before we figure out what the next phase of this thing is. It looks like one of the beastmen has taken an interest in Yidris and Matthias and Nora and is stalking after the party, maybe gathering some allies. The rest of them are running through the village as all of you haul ass towards the castle. Do I understand that right? I'm gonna absolutely from these stressed out looks on everyone's face. I'm going to assume that's a yes. In that case, I need everybody to make me a. I need everybody to make me an agility test to see who gets to the castle first.
You mean a strength test?
Strength in Yidris's case, certainly.
Thank you. That's my dinner. So I wasn't being a shit. Thank you.
I'm good at one thing now, and that's agility, and I rolled a 90.
91. Well, you're kind of being carried by Alero, yes?
Yeah, I guess it's Alero's fault. Thank you. Yeah, give me an out.
Yeah, there you go. Nora's good. We've got Idris is good. So you guys are rushing through that inner courtyard, past what looks like an abandoned smithy of some kind there to the south. You pass by a little passageway that heads sort of northwest and across the small drawbridge into the castle. There's no lights in here. It is utterly dark. You're far away from the bonfire and the rest of the village. But there is you're not even sure how you open up, how you like close the drawbridge on this thing. But you have entered the small courtyard here and over here towards where the castle is. And it looks like there are 3 beastmen that are coming in after you, but you outnumber them. And so they're just keeping their distance about 30 yards away, like braying at you and just taunting you and like throwing things at you. Yes, Alero. All right. Anybody else making a ranged attack?
Who's going to shoot at
the autocar is going to do that.
Can I spend some time trying to work out how to get this gate up? Can I do a check of any kind to look for a handle?
Yes, it looks like there's this tower here towards the southeast. That whatever mechanism might be in that tower.
I will run to that tower.
Okay.
I want to drag Matthias to a corner and just be trying to like stop him from bleeding out right now.
Okay. All right. So you start bandaging the wounds of Matthias. How about Nora?
Nora just walks forward. Does she look more intimidating than usual? Because she's drenched in a lot of like blood and guts. Because she just try and yell at these things to see if they'll just run away, like she's had enough.
Yes, you can do that.
Would I just roll intimidate with that? Or...
yeah, go ahead and roll me intimidate.
Yeah.
What do I
screams at them?
What do I roll for a heal test? Because I can actually heal Matthias now. I just reread the
that is intelligence. It should be set up under your skills, but heal is intelligence.
No, I didn't set up because I'm the West.
Okay.
Oh, it is set up. My bad. Nah. Not today, Matthias.
Yeah, it's a nasty wound. You started to bind it. Attilia's in here. Sorry, Alero, you had shot one of them, yes?
Yeah, I hit one of them in the right arm for 8 damage.
Okay. One of them in the right arm for 8 damage. You do that. Autocar sends an arrow that hits one of them as well, but doesn't bring it down. And like Nora just marches out onto the drawbridge and screams at them. And they seem like they see the rest of the dwarves in the back, and like there's a good 6 or 7 of you, and they start to like stalk off. They don't take their eyes off of you, but they begin to like crouch down and slink back towards the village. And it's about this time that Rat finds the rusty crank that's in this tower that controls the drawbridge.
Can I just start turning as hard as I can?
Okay, yeah. It starts to slowly creak back up.
Do you need a crank check?
No, I don't need a crank check. I appreciate it. I think you got this one handled. And it's about this time that that Matthias is kind of starting to come to, very groggily. Just, you know, there's a fluttering of the eyes and a groan that comes from Matthias. And we are kind of out of initiative right now. The village of Obelheim is ablaze, and you can hear screams and shouts and braying sort of cackles coming from Obelheim and the fields surrounding it. What is everyone doing in the immediate aftermath as the gate, or as the drawbridge comes to a close?
Once the immediate danger has subsided, Alero comes to her senses and like she just drops the bow and runs to Matthias' side.
Okay.
And begins like pulling out like a water skin to like, you know, give him some water and like. Anyway.
Yeah, Ottilia is in much the same way. She's fervently praying as she comes over to where Matthias is, and you know, there's no. She's just like literally laying on hands, Matthias, touching the wound, clutching her her holy symbol to Verena, and just like desperately praying over Matthias. And then Ottokar comes over and finds Rat, and is just like, the look on his face does not look happy, Rat, as he as he checks you out. So. Matthias is going to gain 1 wound, so you are no longer at 0. You have 1 wound.
Can I get another shot at a heal test?
Yes, you can. Yeah.
That's better.
That's much better. So let's see.
So 1d10.
Well, he's heavily wounded, so it's only going to restore 1 wound.
Yeah.
Yes. So Matthias is now at 2 wounds.
Okay.
And Rat is restored to 1 wound as well from Ottokar's attempts. So obviously you can go below 0 wounds and you're not dead. You just start suffering critical hits, and there are critical hits that will kill you, but if they don't, you can continue to do what you have. I will let you guys know the effects of your permanent injuries sort of between sessions. We don't have to kind of cover that. But for now, you guys are safe in the castle, and those of you who are like say on the battlements or in a tower can get a better look. But right now, it is a small keep. There is a small castle. There is a keep immediately here to the north west. A curtain wall that sort of runs around it towards a tower, and then the gate that connects the two. There's empty stables and guard quarters, and no lights whatsoever coming from within the keep.
Once it seems like Rat and Matthias are at least stable and not going to bleed out, Yidris will do like a quick lap just to find like the most secure room that's nearby and suggest that we barricade ourselves in here until we've had time to heal and figure out the next move.
Okay.
Matthias, as he comes back around, is like, oh, what happened? Where are we?
You are safe for the time being, Matthias. Please just relax.
The beastmen, and I try and stand, but the leg sort of gives out and falls back against the wall again.
Yeah, she gently just puts a hand on his shoulder and kind of eases him back down against the wall.
They are spreading the villages. They are slaughtering them. We failed the Minotaur, but I feel that it is an empty, hollow victory.
We have failed.
It's around this time that you can. It's around this time that you can hear a different noise coming from further away. A deep, not the high-pitched, nasally braying of the Ungors, but a deeper, more resonant war call from in the woods. Matthias recognizes it as the war call of the Beastigors, the elite of a Beastmen herd, as they go about their grisly hunt, the villagers in the woods. That's what you can hear as you enter the keep, looking for more safe and secure place to stay.
The Beastigors, they're coming. They will burn the rest of Obelheim. More. The Bray herds are upon us. I thought maybe there would be maybe a few of them. Maybe one creature, or I misjudged. I did not know that there would be so many.
Matthias, no one could know that this hell has been unleashed upon this world. This is beyond count.
I have sentenced this whole town to death.
Out of the shadows, as you're entering in this keep, the entry room is like a great hall of some kind, dusty, covered in cobwebs and abandoned furniture and the like. There's a staircase that leads up to a second room, and another door along the north wall that looks like it might lead to a kitchen of some kind. And out from the staircase limps an old man in witch hunter's garb, long overcoat, the hat. Yes, they will burn this village to the ground. You're lucky that you escaped. Do you have any wounded with you?
Who are you?
I am Inquisitor Mengold Altaman. I was here several weeks ago with my other comrades. We were separated.
How many other comrades were you with?
3 Templars, pledged to Holy Sigmar.
We found their bodies.
He gives you a look that, like, just confirms his suspicion. Come inside. No one comes up here anymore. And he limps over to the door and shuts it.
I would follow him.
They're like ushering you guys inside.
Yeah,
Lero will help Matthias up and help him over.
Okay.
Thank you, Alero. I owe you my life for killing that Minotaur.
I could not see you fall, Matthias. You have too much work that still needs to be done.
I know not the half of it now.
He looks about. Sorry, go ahead, Will.
He's just going to say, I do not remember falling. Did one of them take me?
In the chaos of the battle, Matthias, it's hard to tell.
And she just quickly, like, shoots a small glance at Yidris, but continues to help Matthias in.
He nods. It's a reasonable explanation. No reason to doubt. So, yeah, he's going to hobble along with Alero.
Nora will probably follow, like, wiping, using, like, her clothes just to wipe the blood off her face, but she just follows up.
Yidris is going to help Rat out with his nearly wounded eye, just staying the hell out of the way of Matthias right now.
Yeah, Rat's in pretty rough shape now that you look at him. He is missing an eye. Did we figure out which one it was?
No. Do you want to roll for it?
Yeah, let's roll for it.
Odds and evens. So odds right, evens
here,
left?
I'll roll, you call.
Okay, I'm going to say odds right.
Odds right. We got an odd.
Cool. Right eye is completely... Should we say it's just missing? It's not even like a cut. The eye is just not there anymore.
It's just gone. Yeah.
It's on a beastman's blade somewhere.
So Rat is missing an eye and has a gash right side, like from here to here. It's forehead to chin that Rat was slashed for.
Thank you, Scrap.
It's going to take a while to heal up, even with magical healing. If you are lightly wounded, a day of rest and someone tending to your wounds restores a wound per day. If you are heavily wounded, as Rat and Matthias are, it takes a week of natural rest to get a wound, unless you have magical healing, which will bring you up to lightly wounded. Now, Attilia has some of that magic, but there are limits to how often it can be used. There's a limit to how often you can receive magical healing in Warhammer. So for now, you guys are severely wounded. I think, who else took damage? Yidris, are you still wounded?
I'm lightly wounded, yes.
Lightly wounded. And I can't remember if Alero or Nora took a hit at all. All right. Miraculously, Alero and Nora have made it out without a scratch. Rad and Matthias obviously wounded, and Yidris with some bumps and bruises. The retired Inquisitor Alterman is staring out the window, sort of that overlooks Obelheim as it burns. His face illuminated by the flames.
So, Jim, I have this wild magic surge that the next door I go through leads to a dungeon.
An oubliette.
An oubliette.
Okay.
So.
They might have one down here.
Yeah, that's entirely true. So,
actually step on a trap door.
yeah, while you're, yes, that we'll say that. You know, Alero's maybe securing the place or moving about or something. But the next, you know, if you step through a door, the floor gives way, and Alero will fall into the dungeons here. Everybody hears it.
Hello?
Yidris will go running.
Okay.
Nora's more just like, what?
Oh, Matthias falls over them. If Alero fell, she's
Can I grab Matthias, like, just quickly underneath?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the floor. So the floor crushes beneath Alero's feet. She goes falling down into the basement level of the keep. Nora prevents Matthias from falling in as you guys are like moving to a more secure place within the keep there. I forgot about that one. Are there any other hanging wild magic surges we forgot about? I think there was a
Only
Don't let me drink anything.
Oh, it's not between noon and dusk. It's like you could drink now. You'd be fine.
Drink now. I have one, but it really won't affect. I haven't taken notes today because Alero won't remember the next 17 hours. So all of this, true. I won't remember the next day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something about cactus for poor Nora again.
Yeah, Nora at some point, I guess the stress of the battle and the magic that was inherent in the air.
Battle cactus.
Yeah. Pukes up some kind of weird plant that you guys have never seen before.
Again, she's just like, why?
I just have jealousy and greed issues, it's fine. But Yidris would try and help Alera out of the dungeons, depending on how far she's fallen. With some rope or something.
Yeah, it's not that far down. It looks like there's a cellar of some kind. Of course, this being a keep, they do have a dungeon, and that is where Alero has fallen. So as we as the village burns outside, Yidris goes and finds where Alero is down in the cellar. Everyone else is on the first floor, finding a place to get secured. Both Rat and Matthias getting their wounds tended to. How do you guys hunker down for the night?
As Yidris finishes pulling Alero from the hole, she'll whisper, "I think the gloaming touches us all now," and just like pull her the last bit of the way up.
Okay.
Yes.
We all have secrets now.
Okay. If your secret is that you saved his life, then it is one I think you can bear to keep.
Until he finds out, and then I may not keep my life.
If I was to say to the group and to Ultiman, I think it is best that we send word to the Markgraf If he has legions of beastmen in his territory, he should do something about it and perhaps send aid.
I think that is a wise decision. There is something about this place that clouds perceptions and keeps people from seeing the truth. Not even I knew these beasts when we're here.
The priests of Tar. Do you know of their involvement?
And you see him, like, just sneer and kind of spit. They walk like beasts and live like beasts. They cavort and dance around their bonfires and their monoliths like animals. They must be in league with the beastmen. And he's just, like, staring out, the fire reflected in his eyes. I do not know which ones, but there are fanatics and hedonists amongst them.
Good,
they must all burn.
That confirms my suspicions as well. Praise Sigmar, they will. This is a failure.
Matthias, only look at these. The gloaming has been hovering above this mission since the beginning.
I believe in not
that mask off.
You know
yes,
it.
but yes, but you know that others do believe. It has been haunting us. Deception, subterfuge. You have ripped this mask off, though. We now know the force that we are dealing with, and when you actually know your enemy and what its strength is, you know how to fight against it.
I have never fallen in battle before. Certainly not against my most hated foes. This brings great dishonor to me.
Rat will he's been quiet for a decent amount of time. He'll walk over to where Matthias is and hold out his hand with the Witch Hunter's badge that he's worn so proudly, covered in his own blood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I don't deserve this. I'm not half the person that you all are. I let you down out there.
And as soon as Matthias takes it, he'll kind of just slink off into a dark, kind of dank part of the castle just to lick his wounds for a little bit.
Matthias is like lying down against a wall because he can't stand, so he's probably about where Rat is normal height-wise. And as he steps down to give him the badge, he'll take the hand and take Rat's other hand and kind of clasp it onto the badge and say, "But there is no time. More so than this, that I realize that you are more worthy of this badge than many that I know who wear it."
He'll kind of give a half smile of someone that it really doesn't feel like smiling, and he'll pull it back in his pocket rather than on his kind of cloak where it's been proudly for the time, and then he will still slink off.
Okay. How about Nora and Yidris?
I think Nora's probably just sat watching everything at the moment, and probably she's not quite let everything calm down yet. She's still checking the window and everything. And when she sees the interaction with Rat and Matthias, she probably watches Rat move over and sort of sit on his own. And she won't go sit next to him, but she'll sit closer, more just to keep looking at him every now and then, just to check him.
Okay. And Yidris?
Are we like barricaded into one room, or are we just secure that the keep is secure?
As I understand it, you guys are still in the first floor of the keep itself. There is a second floor that is unexplored. You got a good look at the downstairs when you and Alero were down there. It's like a cellar and then a small dungeon off to the side. And then there's presumably other floors to the guard tower that Rat used to drop the drawbridge.
So I think Yidris is gonna kind of go under the guise of kind of patrolling, just checking things are okay. But once she's found like a quiet corridor, she's gonna punch the crap out of the wall because she's still got so much adrenaline and anger and just frustration in her body that she needs to get out.
Okay.
That she'll find it very hard to be still until she's done that.
Okay. All right. As the fire rages out in Obelheim and the rest of the houses catch on fire, you can hear the screams of the Obelheim villagers as they are hunted down in the woods by the beastmen. And Inquisitor Altman turns from the window, and those of you who are sort of still in that room with him can make me a perception test.
Sight-based?
Correct, sight-based. Ten for Laura, 29 for Laura.
6. Can't remember my skill tab. There it is.
There we go.
Just a miss.
Oh. Both Alero and Nora notice that when he turns, the way his cloak hangs, it doesn't look like he has a right arm. And you have only seen him use his left arm with his cane. And you get a good look with him now in the firelight of the moon. His face is scarred. One of his eyes is kind of milky, like a cataract of some kind. And he limps over to an old table and sort of sits himself down. And your elf was correct. This is not completely a loss. You know who your enemy is now. It showed himself and revealed its strength.
True.
You know that much.
How many do you think they number?
I heard that size. That was just its dogs it sent after the group, the village. It could be twice that, and true warriors, scattered throughout the forests. Maybe less. We do not know who their leader is.
I heard the horns of the Bestegor. Something draws them forwards from the dark forest. Something pushes them onwards. And not anything like that Minotaur either. Something clever.
Yes. In beastmen attack, it is not with strategy or guile. It is with force. I watched the attack. They moved with purpose.
They knew that we would be there, I think.
Yes.
I think one of the priests of Tal we may already have spoken with. May be involved. I will write a letter to the Markgraf. And with any luck, they will send some aid. But it would seem to me that the beastmen will be on their way out of Obelheim in a day or so. We will be able to move.
They move through the woods like ghosts. They could be anywhere.
Then the Markgraf needs to be prepared.
Indeed. And he just sort of stares in the middle distance, grimly. You are, of course, welcome to stay here. This is not my castle. I merely found it empty after the villagers refused me shelter.
Well, we'll stay here as long as we need then, but our business draws us onwards. Even though my leg, I don't think, is going to be any better soon. Never mind.
No. We'll need time to heal. But we have precious little time. And he kind of just, you're looking at his scarred and broken body and sort of like a vision of Matthias in the future.
Yeah.
Clearly pushed himself to the limits.
Yeah. In that case, Matthias will call for Yidris as he goes into if there's a bedroom or just a general sleeping area that we're in, and say, Yidris.
Yes, Matthias?
Are you well?
I'm alright.
What ails you? Did you take a hit back there?
They were stronger and faster than I'd expected.
Yeah. I fought beastmen before, but they were unlike any other. I need to write a letter to the Markgraf. You have materials for us.
She nods and she'll find her bag and pull out the anatomy book, and she'll pull out some loose pages that are in the back of that, just spare scrap paper that she has, and hand that over.
Fear not, Idris. We will redeem ourselves. We will never flee again.
It's not fleeing, it's just a pause.
I see it different.
We must avenge those villagers. They were herded like animals around us.
They did not deserve such a fate.
If we died, that would have been all for nothing.
At least it would have been for Sigmar. A worthy death on the battlefield is better than one dying of disease or whatever infects my leg. I hope that it doesn't take me before they do.
You trust the Markgraf?
I have little choice. With a herd like this in his lands, I have to believe that the Markgraf is a good man. Maybe that his agents, the priests of Tal, are not, but nonetheless, we must save the next town and the one after that. Varvold Keep, I think, is the only way that they will be able to get to safety. If we warn them now, they might have a chance.
I could take the letter.
Mm-hmm.
We have a horse.
It is dangerous to go alone.
But it is faster.
Alero is a swifter rider.
It's up to you, Matthias. But you'll not die from your leg.
I hope not. Perhaps best to speak with Alero. I wouldn't want you to go out there and get yourself killed for the sake of a letter. You fought valiantly. I saw you take down many a beastman.
Rest and prepare. I'll speak with Alero.
Very well. And I pen the letter to the Markgraf and seal it with all of my witch huntery seals.
Okay.
All of them. I just
Like,
press my armor into
Wax
it.
everywhere.
And yeah, Alero would have been kind of checking the perimeter, but she also wanted to go and look to see if she can see where the stables were out in Obelheim, and if her horse is still there.
So the stables in Obelheim were in this little village, this little building that was immediately to the southeast of where the bonfire is. That was the inn and the coaching inn, the Hog and Sow. There's less of these beastmen in here now than there were, and it looked, just looking out into Obelheim, you can just see like a handful of them stalking around, taking trophies, and setting up, you know, like flaying people and putting them up in trees and all that kind of grisly business that they're getting to. You don't see any horses or anything running around or amongst the dead either.
So they still could be inside the stables? Maybe?
That's a possibility. Yep.
Okay.
At some point as all this is going on, Zalgeg approaches Nora. And he has in his hand what look like a pair of shears and a razor blade. And he approaches Nora. He has a very solemn look on his face. And he says, you're one of the most bravest, skilled warriors I've seen. I'd be proud to fight alongside you again. But my shame is too great to go on. And I have decided to take the oath of the Slayer. And he hands you these shears and razor. I have no honor anymore, nor do my kin. Without honor, my oath means nothing. I need you to take our beards and to take our hair so that we may die honorable deaths.
She sort of like sits upright a little bit. She's not actually used to that many dwarven customs or anything. She's just like, I thought you fought heroically.
It's not about what we did this evening. I found out two more of us have died. That's 6. 6 dwarves died under my watch. And another 3 fighting that beast.
Then
should have never come to this. He kind of like looks at you with this pleading, don't make me ask again sort of look. We intend to sell our lives dearly and in your service. But we are not fit for dwarven honor anymore.
And she sort of just holds out her hand to take like the shears, and she's like, I don't believe I should be doing this, but I can see it hurts you that I'm not. And can she just proceed to do as they ask?
Yeah, they've got a bowl set up, you know, and a station. And the 4 of them that are there, Zalgeg and the 3 remaining loggers, are stripped to the waist. They're covered in blood and wounds themselves that you can see. A great many of them are you know, pretty heavily wounded. But they've got their hair out of their braids. They've unbraided their beards. They've prepared themselves for this solemn dwarven ritual. The only way they can regain their honor, to die a glorious death against the most ferocious enemy they can find. And they ask each one of you if you will shave their beard and shear their hair off. And as you do, they begin a low, mournful lamentation for their lost honor as they beat their chests and sort of do this, just this primal, guttural lamentation for what they have lost. And that's where we're going to close out this week's Beneath Dark Boughs.
Oh boy.
Jeez.
What an
Everyone looks
episode.
so knackered. Like,
Holy shit, I was so stressed the whole time. But it was amazing. It was amazing. It was worth it. It was worth all the stress.
Yeah.
Well, fucking hell. Well, my friends, that is where we're going to end tonight's episode of Beneath Dark Boughs. If you enjoyed the show, let us know. Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern, every Wednesday, we're here, live playing Warhammer. So join us again next week. If you enjoyed the show, hit the follow button and join us, and stick around because it's Wednesday. We've got another 3 hours of roleplay coming your way. It's time for the Star Wars RPG game about to happen, Star Wars D20, Rise of the Dark Side. So stick around. In 10 minutes time, it is time for those guys. So let's go around. Let's whip around real quick. In fact, because myself, Jim, and Pro have to be off to do Save or Dice in 10 minutes time as well. So let's do that. Jim, for some tonight's session, where can we find you?
Wow. So tonight's session was intense, stressful, even for me as well. Lots to keep track of. I thought it went really well. The intensity, the action. Look on you guys seem like you were so stressed out. I'm glad that no one died, but I'm also glad that we got to see the Warhammer battle system in action and all of the wounds that could cause. You can, of course, find me every Wednesday on YouTube, along with Jonathan Pruitt on WebDM, where we have a Dungeon Master's sort of advice show. We, of course, have our own Twitch channel Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 Central, Starward Bound, and Land Between Two Rivers. And we are also on Saber Dice here in like 30-ish, maybe 20 minutes. I don't know what time it is. So check us out there.
Great stuff. 10 minutes. Jonathan Pruitt, same questions.
Holy shit, man. I thought we were going to go 2 for 2 today on our streams after Call of Cthulhu, but everybody pulled through by the delicate hand of Sigmar. We have walked through the fires of combat, and we are not left unmarked, though. Well, technically Alero is, but that's fine. She's been through enough trauma in her life. But yeah, like Jim said, WebDM, come check us out. We got shit every day of the week, depending on what level you follow us at. RPGM, we got that on Sunday at 1 o'clock. We got Jim and I are going to be playing Power Score RPG on Saturday. Got another race in Port Narnzaru. That's on Saturday. We got the charity game on Monday, this upcoming Monday, Rune Quest. Lot of stuff coming down the pipe.
Yeah.
Good times.
Great stuff. Thank you, Pruitt. And
we're all a little traumatized.
I know.
I can barely think right now.
I want to play more. I want coffee, and I need therapy. I am around. The best place to find out where I am is to just follow me on Twitter, and I will retweet and tweet a lot about what I'm doing. I think the next time I'm streaming is on Saturday over on Scraticus's channel. I think it's 11 a.m. EST. So come and hang out if you're around at the weekend. But thank you guys for an amazing game. I love it so much.
Thank you, Charlie. And Alice.
Yeah, that was incredibly stressful and intense. However, I absolutely loved it and would do it again. I already can't wait for next week, and I'm just so excited to play with all of you guys. But I am White Rabbit Pick on Twitter. My day job is photographer, and when I'm not doing that, I'm either DMing or playing over on Scraticus's channel. But yeah, can't wait till next week.
Thank you, Alice. And Gareth.
What a gut punch of a session. Like, we're wandering around the countryside, we're having fun, we're making friends, we're burning people, and then someone comes and socks us in the balls. That was really, really good. I think I've discovered something weird about myself. It's so weird being punished so badly, but enjoying it so much. So that's probably opened up a whole new area that I don't ever want to go into. But it was masterful. It's awesome. It gives so much more character development, and everyone's kind of filling in their roles and developing new kind of affectations. It's so good. Thank you so much. Every one of these guys is amazingly talented. Go and follow them now. Do it.
Oh, damn it. Great stuff. Well, my friends, there is no time to waste. That is Warhammer Beneath Dark Boughs. We're going to head into Star Wars Rise of the Dark Side. Stick around for that. We'll join myself, Jim, and Pruitt over on youtube.com/SaveOrDice for more Dungeons & Dragons. Oh, boy. Until next time, try not to draw too many nat ones. We're going to be laughing when you do. Good night, everybody. Bye.